Hi, everyone. Welcome to Starseed Technology. I'm Kathy. I just wanted to do a quick video on manifestation. I've had some major things come into my life in the last few months, and I just wanted to give everyone some quick tips that you may or may not have heard of. I feel like some people talk about these things in a conversation, but they don't give you everything all at once. So this is almost like a step-by-step guide on how to accelerate your manifesting abilities. So first one you may have heard of, but we probably don't do, is you need to be in your body. So if you're a starseed, light worker, enlightened soul, you're probably spending a lot of your time outside of your body, which, especially if you've been traumatized, we do tend to be outside of our bodies a lot of the time. So you need to be in your body, calling all the parts of yourself back into your body, grounding yourself. If you can go outside, go on the grass, really grounding yourself, or even just allowing yourself to sit in a meditative state and just start to imagine like roots going down into the ground, down into the earth, like into a ball of like a sun, and just ground into the earth. Second step is when you're in that meditative state, now we need to ask for help. So you can ask your angels, your higher self, your guides, cosmic family, ancestors, whoever you want, because right now there's something called the law of non-interference, which you may be aware of, some might not, but you need to ask for help because otherwise they're not going to help intervene. So you need to request it, as silly as that might sound. Now, the third thing is really using the specific language, right? So you can ask like, oh, I need help getting a new car, a new house, a new job, whatever. Ideally, I think the language that you use is what's going to help you. So I would say, I need help aligning with my highest timeline to manifest a new car. Because remember, you have to do it not from a place of lack, like you don't have it. You have to know that these things exist. So ask for help aligning with the timeline, aligning with the opportunity so that you can create these things. Another side note is, I know some people out there might be trying to manifest their twin flame, romantic partner, etc. That's a little trickier because now you're trying to interfere with someone else's timeline. So you can ask for that person to be, come into your existence for you to align, but also be patient because the right person may be doing their own healing on the side. So that's one little caveat for anyone who's trying to manifest a romantic partner. So using the specific language, aligning with your opportunity, the timeline to bring in whatever it is you want in the 3D, prosperity or whatever, a new job. So it's aligning with the opportunity, aligning with the timeline. Now, this is also another important part in using the language. So I'm going to make this number 4, is using it for the greater good. So say you're trying to manifest a car. So you can ask your angels, I need help aligning to manifest a new car so I can get a better job to support my family. So now you're putting it out there for more than just you. So it's not just about you and your ego. I would love to manifest, I would love to be aligned with an opportunity to manifest a new car so I can drive my neighbor who he needs to go to doctor's appointments in the morning. So one time I did this, and again, it happened like this, was I had taken a yoga teacher training class for veterans, and obviously they're very traumatized. And I called the VA hospital, and when I talked to the receptionist, she's like, I have absolutely no idea who this would go to, which again, you call these big organizations, you don't know where your phone call is going to go. But my intention was to help veterans, to help them heal. So it wasn't about me, it was about helping other people. Within a half an hour, I got a phone call from the right person, and I got in there within a week or two, like after we, talked about it, and I was doing teaching at the VA hospital. So put it in a perspective where it's not about you, you're helping other people, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So that's number 4. And this is the biggest part, which again, this was like a huge insight for me. I don't want to claim that, it's mine, but when you're manifesting, when using the language, aligning with the opportunity to manifest a new job, you need to say, in this timeline, dimension, and reality, because what's to say that you didn't manifest it in a parallel life? Like we all, you get anxious. You're like, why isn't this? I didn't get a new job, a new car, whatever it is, because you're focusing on this reality. what if it happened in one of your past lives? Because we know they're all happening simultaneously. So what if in, 1700s, you're out on a farm, the farm gets, wiped out, and you ask for a new house, and guess what? It's there, but it's in the 1700s. You want it here in this timeline, dimension, and reality, right? So that's part of, like, I guess, I'm going to do it number 5, but using the specific language in this timeline, dimension, reality. Now, if you're looking to do something more in a 5D, so say healing, say like you have an illness that you're trying to, I don't want to say because there's always a learning lesson in it, right? So I always say, like, I see angel numbers all the time. So every time I see one, I always say, I'm grateful and thankful for being healed across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. So you need to acknowledge not just this reality, but all the realities. So I say, like, financial, I'm grateful and thankful that I'm healed financially across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. I am grateful and thankful that I'm, physically, mentally, emotionally healed across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. So if you're looking to physically manifest an actual, like, thing, car, house in this timeline, dimension, reality, if you're doing healing across all dimensions and realities, because all timelines, dimensions, and realities, because again, we're existing simultaneously. So that was a huge, insight to me in the last few weeks. I was like, wow, like, there are things that are happening to me in this timeline, dimension, reality, but I had to really rephrase it because I've been saying across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. So I just have some notes here. Oh, another thing is tap into your own gifts. So whatever it is, like, maybe it's something that you used to do and used to be very successful at, or you just love doing, and that was a part of maybe your soul mission, or maybe it connects you to a past life. But a few months ago, like, I studied martial arts years and years ago, and I started to do workshops again. I mean, I love it. I miss it. I know that's, like, I have, like, warrior energy in me, in my timelines, my higher self. And I hadn't done them in a while. So I just did one, like, off the fly. And the next day, because I also teach yoga, I had, like, all these random people show up, and it's in winter and I teach outside. So meanwhile, in the summer, I'd have, like, maybe 5 people. The next day after I did the workshop, I had like 10 or 15 people, and it was in New York, outside, by the water, because it was at a country club. And so it was cold, and I had, like, more than double the people. It was crazy. But I really feel like when you start to align with what it is you're supposed to do, you get those synchronicities. It's like the universe is giving you, like, yes, keep doing more of it. So that's the other one. And this is the hardest one. I think we're at number 7. I've kind of lost track, but now you need to, once you've asked for it, you need to let go of it. And I've seen this in other videos with other people who talk about manifestation. You can't micromanage it. So, like, you're trying to manifest a car, a house, whatever, you need to let it go. Like, it's when I did martial arts, it's funny, like, our teacher had said, it's kind of like, again, I'm probably talking to a much older generation that would understand this, but, like, if you wrote a letter, like snail mail, you put in the post, you put in the post box, whatever, you're not sitting there constantly thinking, okay, now it's in the mailbox. Now the mail carrier is going to go pick it up at 1 o'clock. Okay, it's 1:10 now. Now it's going to, you're not sitting there constantly thinking about this letter going to, like, your friend, or, birthday card, even say to, like, your grandmother or something. You're not sitting there being like, okay, now it's in the sorting facility. Now you're not obsessing about it. You got to let it go. You got to let it go and just be grateful for the next thing that comes in. Because maybe it isn't the thing that you asked for. Maybe it's something better, and there are all those stories out there too, but just, you need to let go of the outcome. It's not easy to do, but, and then I wish I remembered this, but going back, if you do have trouble getting into a meditative state, when you're going to sleep, and this is like Wayne Dyer's talked about it, other people have talked about it, ask for what you want, and you may be shown something in your dream, probably a symbol or something and they may not give you the exact logistical way of how something's going to come about. But if you ask for help as you're falling asleep, and then ask to remember it when you wake up, because a lot of us, when we wake up, we forget about stuff, right? So as you're going to sleep, you can ask for the help that you need, and that to remember it when you wake up. So again, and when you do these things, you can have like amazing results. And again, we all know time is not linear. It's existing simultaneously. So you need to focus on this timeline, dimension, and reality. You need to be in your body, number one. Two, you need to ask for help. And then three, you have to use a specific language, aligning with the timeline or aligning with the opportunity. Four, doing it for the greater good, doing it for your family, for humanity, for, you know, the bigger cause, for you to help ascend. Five, again, using the language either in this timeline, dimension, and reality for a 3D object. And if it's more of an esoteric, like a healing across all timelines, dimensions, and realities, I will put that in the description below. And tapping into your gifts and letting go of outcomes. Also, as a side bonus thing, but this is what a lot of people talk about, so you may already be aware, but if your thoughts, actions, and words don't line up, it's not going to happen. So, you know, I know people all the time, they're trying to create things, manifest things, but if you're, again, subconsciously holding on to a block of lack of, you know, I think, again, in this community, we will associate having lots of money, prosperity with people that are doing not so great things out in the world, which, again, we need to wipe out that program that we are running, and we need to create a new program. And of course, this is a shameless plug because I'm a hypnotist and I could probably help you rewire your programming. So I will also put a link to my Etsy store at the bottom. If you'd like a personal recording or a session, feel free to reach out. But again, and then a lot of people talk about that, and you could probably listen to some YouTube videos. Affirmations aren't the same as hypnosis, just as another side note. They do help, but it's really kind of helping more on the conscious level. You got it, unconscious, you can do within 5 minutes, right? If you get to the root of it in the unconscious state and get to that block, then it's like that. The affirmations are helpful, but it's a different thing. It's a different way of, you know, reprogramming yourself, which we probably all need help with because we're being brainwashed all the time. I don't want to say it, but it's true. And that's gonna be my next video. Stay tuned whenever I get around to doing that, hopefully soon. But yeah, so like those are the things. So anyway, this is another great story. I'm just going to add in really quick. I don't know how long this video is, but I'm trying to do it pretty quick because I know everyone's attention span. I know for me, I don't like to watch videos that are more than like 5 minutes because, again, I don't have the time. But on the 8/8 portal, I was doing a lot of like workshops. I was really like in manifesting, you know, modality, just like my mindset was there. I had a coaching call later in the afternoon for a program, Clark Kegley's program, which I love his stuff. He's really interesting. I'm going to put a link to one of his things below. Anyway, I had a coaching call with one of his, you know, coaches, and his program's pretty expensive, which I was anticipating, but I thought like maybe if I had a, you know, if there was a payment plan or something, but I was like, you know what, at this point, I can't swing it, right? So at the end of the conversation, I jokingly said to the woman, again, because I wasn't attached to this, I was like, oh, well, maybe someone will leave me some money in a will or something, right? Or I'll hit lotto, because I think the lotto was also like a few $100,000, whatever. Or someone leaves you something in a will, right? We say it all the time, joking around, right? So totally forget about it. And literally this week, I got a letter from a lawyer from someone that I helped, because years ago when I was working in property management, we had an older population. So there was a woman who I helped a few times, like helped her fill out her absentee ballot, you know, helped her. Really, the thing was helping her get her unemployment because she was a tour operator in the city and she was speaking German and English and, you know, et cetera. But like, you know, COVID shut everything down. So again, like when they're older and you're not really tech savvy, even for me, it was a bit of a struggle going through all these websites and figuring all this out. And this number, it's a hassle. But anyway, we got her unemployment. She's like, I'm going to leave you something in my will. I'm like, okay, whatever. She takes out my information. And right before I left that job, she had gotten sick. And I was like, you know, it probably didn't even ever happen. Like, who knows if she ever gave the information to the lawyer. Well, this week I got the letter from the lawyer, and it was like the program that I want to do is more than enough to cover that program, more than enough that I need to like really just kind of settle some debts and stuff. So it can happen. And we hear these stories all the time. Like, you know, people go to like a flea market and they buy like a $10 painting. They find out it's worth like $100,000, right? Miracles happen all the time. They happen to me. So that's what I'm telling you. Like these ways, like manifesting can really just, you just don't know what to expect. And just always believe in miracles. And I get it. Like I've been there where I have been so defeated and, you know, like you just think like nothing good's going to happen. Ask your angels and guides because it will, like, and maybe ask to see like, what's the next good thing that's going to happen. And then just, and again, I know this is very cliche, just be grateful for everything. Be grateful that you're able to breathe without being on a machine, like in a hospital, if that's the case. You know, be grateful that if you have friends and family, be grateful if you have a job, even if it's not the best job in the world, at least there's some sort of income. Be grateful for the interview that you're going on. You know, it's going to teach you a skill or whatever, like teach you how to really get to the next step. Just be grateful for the next thing that comes onto your path. And again, I would love to hear if you guys have tips and tools for manifesting, because, you know, this is the thing. It's like, we all need to share with each other. And right now, like we're in this window, whenever you see this video, but between the 11/1 and 11/11 portal, like we're getting ready for 2024. And this is like a magic window. But anyway, I would love to hear, because the more we all share with each other, the faster we can get into the new earth, the faster we ascend, and, you know, we take our power back. And that's the most important thing. So like, we're here to create the reality that you're living around. You created all of that. And again, so just be proud of yourself, give yourself a pat on the back. Like, even if you feel like it's not much, even, I mean, I've lived in studio apartments, you know, in New York City, super small, but be grateful for everything that you have. The more you do that, the more you can train yourself, the more things will happen for you. So I hope this video helped. And even if you come back a year from now, just be like, oh my God, I've been trying this, but I would love it if people just started to do a few of these things. Let me know how it goes, you know, because again, these are the things that have worked for me. And I really, you know, again, I think the kicker is also staying in this timeline dimension reality, because we are manifestors and you could be doing it in another timeline, but you want it here in the now, in, you know, whatever year you're seeing this, if it's 2023, 2024, whatever. But yeah, like, so wishing you all the best. You know, feel free to reach out. I'll put my contact information. And again, I'm just going to go through the few things because I've been going a little bit off tangent, telling my little stories. But okay, 1, be in your body. 2, be in a meditative state. Ask your angels, guides, ancestors, cosmic families, because there's the law of non-intervention. You need to ask for help. 3, using the specific language, aligning with the opportunity, aligning with the timeline to get you what you want. Ask it for the greater good, ask for the whatever manifestation so that it can help whoever, your family, helping, you know, whoever you're trying to reach, even just humanity, you know, helping, you know, whoever needs it, right? And then, of course, in this timeline dimension reality, got to remember that one. Unless, like I said, unless if you're doing healing, because you may be picking up on something that's happening in the 1400s and you're like breathing in all these fumes. And well, I mean, we're breathing in all this stuff here too. I'm not going to go into it, but you could be suffering from, you know, something else in another timeline. So need to, when you're doing the healing, say across all timelines, dimensions, and realities, tap into your gifts, start doing stuff that you really feel connected to, that you feel is part of your soul mission, or that just makes you happy. And then you'll see other manifestations from that. And then you got to let go of it. Once you put it out there, ask your angels, guides, whoever, let go of the outcome, because it already exists. It's just a matter of aligning with it. So again, I hope this helped. Feel free to reach out because I would love to hear from you. And I'm going to be starting a program soon. If anyone would like to join, details would be on the, you know, in the little description part. And also let me know what other content you might want to hear about. And, you know, maybe I might have some insight. If not, you know, I'm happy to point you in the right direction of someone who may have that information. So it was great seeing you all again. Hopefully I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.